already in relationships with Catholic priests. They have written specifically to Pope Francis.
Don't stop, Rick.
Somebody needs to run for school board in that town.
I think we need a new alderman.
Alderman. Yeah, I love the
serious news.
Watching Fox 10 Arizona Morning with Ron Hoon, Rick D'Amico, Andrea Robinson, Kristen Anderson, and Corey McCloskey in HD.
Well, we got a lot of serious news to talk about this morning, and you know, this is the time of year when people go on vacation country in Sedona, one of the most scenic spots in Arizona, covered in smoke and flames, and the people.
Smoky and windy day, guys.
Okay, Christy, thank you. And another fire to tell you about that was burning in Arizona yesterday afternoon, just off the I-17, right around Sunset Point. An RV caught fire, and you can see it was really whipped around then.
We're going to see cooler conditions, and that's going to help out a little bit. 71 degrees as you're waking up this morning at Sky Harbor. Seeing a little bit of cloud cover out there. Light winds about 6 miles an hour, with those winds increasing into the afternoon as you continue to see this area of low pressure dropping into southern Nevada. The winds churning around that low, and that's going to will cause some of those winds to kick up to pretty high speeds by the afternoon. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we do have a red flag warning right through that fire area, so really dry conditions and quite windy as well. 64 as you're waking up in Lake Havasu, 57 for Show Low, and 66 for Safford. 61 in Sedona, flag at 50. So on the cooler side waking up there, and same for us here in the valley, seeing 60s and 70s. 64 for Goodyear, 68 in Apache Junction, same for Chandler, 71 Sky Harbor, and Scottsdale at 69 degrees. For us here in the valley, numbers are going to hover right around the 90-degree mark for today and really the next several days as well. We're not going to get closer to that normal line until we get into the weekend. That's good news. Those cooler temperatures are good news up into high country as well. Obviously, that's going to help a little bit with firefighting conditions. Here's a look at those numbers for this afternoon. Flag expected to get to 64. Sedona, upper 70s, so not as bad as it could be. And then down into the lower deserts, that when we start to see a little bit of the red on our contour there. 89 for Gila Bend, 85.
But did you know only about 1,500 members of the military actually...
Goes how long? 2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
And we spent the entire time talking about food.
Yeah.
French fries mostly.
And then a little bit of burgers. Yeah.
And burgers and French fries.
We ended with burger in a bowl, didn't
Burger in a bowl.
He's
That was
mentioned
my offering.
you could go someplace and eat a
Go
burger.
to Five Guys and
Very talented teens are performing us, and you can watch them tonight at a special performance at the musical instrument. She was a participant in a competition earlier in the year, and she's one of the top finalists, and she's one of the people you can see perform tonight. So, Laura, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about the competition you guys participated in and how you've been involved here with Solid Rock.
Well, Solid Rock has just been so awesome to us. The competition was such a great opportunity, I think, for a lot of local artists, because it provides a platform for you to get involved with other local...
And eating like a tongue sandwich is, how do you know when you're finished? So, sort of horny rolls.
You're watching Fox.
Well, it's Friday, and we should be happy, right?
You bet. Yes, totally. We are happy.
Well, I didn't want to get into it because of the fire and everything and all the bad things that are going on.
But they're making progress.
They are. It's getting little by little. Little by little. In Flagstaff, looking at sustained winds at 3 miles an hour. Sedona registering 0 right now, so that's great news in terms of fighting that fire. 56 in Globe right now, 55 Kingman, and 69 in Safford. Window Rock at 55. The Valley anywhere from those mid-60s to the low 70s this morning. And your 10-day trends, we're going to start to see those temperatures getting back to triple digits for your weekend and into the start of next work week. But for today, here's a peek at those temperatures. 90 for Phoenix, 90 for Lake Havasu. Winslow, you'll be at 75 degrees. 69 for Window Rock, and 64 for the Grand Canyon. Safford at 85, and then 84 degrees for Douglas. Today, looking at a mix of sunshine and clouds, very slight chance. The lawn. These volunteers are out here today. And fast name right, I want to make sure. Okay. John, your grandfather served, your father served, you served. Your son has served. I mean, and now you work for University of Phoenix in military relations. This is a cause really near and dear to your heart. Talk to me about why you do this project.
I tell you what, this is a sixth...
You actually oversee this whole project. Real quick before we run out of time, tell us about why you do this every year and what the volunteers and employees get out of this experience.
Well, it's really an honor.
You're encouraging people, to those who have fallen. It gives me the chills to be out here, and I'm sure anyone who's had someone serve in their family feels how special this program is as well.
Okay. Christy, thank you. And I kind of misspoke earlier going into it. Memorial Day is not necessarily about veterans. It's about those
is demanding that everybody in Libya go in and allow medical staff and ambulances to have access to those who have been wounded in the fighting. We're going to keep our eyes on the
warmer. Look at the forecast high today in Phoenix, 90. Can you believe that? The record, 90 in 1921. So it is going to be quite toasty and tying that record, even near record across the state, as we see those temperatures soar quite a bit and well above average. Here in the valley, we're already up to 80 here in Phoenix, also in Scottsdale, 82 in Queen Creek and in Goodyear. Glendale coming in at 79. And when you're looking across the state, everyone's looking pretty toasty. 64 in Winslow and Flagstaff, 66 at the Grand Canyon, 75 in Parker, and 74 the high, or the current temp, I should say, in Parker at this time. Now, we've got clear skies all across the entire state, but we're going to see a few high clouds moving in from time to time. That's because we do have an area of low pressure off the coast of California helping to break down that high pressure. As it does that, we're going to see some cooler weather move in over the next few days, occasional high clouds, and even thicken up those clouds a little bit and bring in a chance of rain for folks in the high country later in the week, especially Thursday and Friday. Temps out there today, the warm spot, 92 will be the high in Gila Bend, 90 in Phoenix, I should say, 75 in Payson, 68 in Show Low, and 76 in Kingman for today. So we're expecting some toasty temperatures for everyone out there. And of course, Tram, take a look at this. The pollen forecast is on the rise as we head into midweek. It's going to be in the medium high range for the rest of the week. Those predominant pollens being cedar, juniper, and ash. And when you look at the 7-day forecast with the warm temperatures continuing tomorrow, it's no wonder those pollen levels are going up. And 87 will be the high tomorrow. We're eventually going to drop down, though, into the 70s into the weekend and also pick up a few clouds. So a good looking forecast in the forecast, Tram.
All right, Sarah. Financial troubles are haunting Sir Richard Branson's US-based airline Virgin America, which has been unable to make a profit in its 19 months of operation. Virgin America lost $227 million in its first 12 months of operation, sparking rumours its two major investors may pull out of the venture. But Virgin America's CEO said he anticipated the loss, expects a full operating profit next year, and as for investors, he says he has them knocking down his door. Now to Orlando Salinas in Miami.
I'm Orlando Salinas in Miami. This is more a story of David versus Goliath. Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, is refusing to accept some 30,000 of its own countrymen who are in the U.S. illegally. Four hurricanes hit that country last year, pretty much decimated the infrastructure. The U.S. wants them gone. Haiti says not right now. That's your Newsweek.
I'm Shana Bream in Washington. The administration's making moves towards repealing a federal regulation that protects health care providers who decline to perform certain procedures like abortion because of a moral objection. Well, today, Senator Tom Coburn, a practicing obstetrician, said he'll go to jail if necessary rather than do anything that conflicts with his conscience. Now to the Fox Weather Center.
Well, the East Coast storm has ended, but the cold is sticking around, and boy, is it cold. Temperatures running 15 to 25 degrees below normal. The warm-up will eventually come by the end of the week with all this warm air that's sitting out through the southern plains. We have a brand new storm developing, and it's to the west coast, and that is going to make for a lot of rain and snow through the Pacific Northwest. Now to Diane Macedo and the .com desk.
I'm Diane Macedo. Rotten eggs may not be welcome in your kitchen, but scientists say they could prove very useful in your bedroom. A new study shows the smell of rotting eggs has a Viagra-like effect on men, and it could help doctors develop a whole new kind of sex drug. Find more on the bizarre findings at foxnews.com. And that's your News Whip.
We have a federal warrant. Security alert. Federal agents coming in.
Day of rain along the coast of California, and this time Southern California is getting hit with some rain. Some light showers will be moving through during the day. Tomorrow that lessens to a 20% chance that you could see a scattered shower pass you by there on the west coast. Otherwise, temperatures very warm and could be breaking the records down through the southern plains. That warm air will eventually move off to the east, and that's your News Whip.
afraid coming. Oh, wait, but let's not tell them until it's gone.
I know. The sky is falling. It really is.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine?
No, couldn't imagine at all. It's probably
damage?
better that we wouldn't know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes, but we do want to know the forecast.
Especially for pollen, right? Because everybody's allergies have
so bad.
Yeah, having major problems. And that pollen forecast is still in the medium to high range out there for today. And it looks like it's going to stay there for the rest of the work week, even into the weekend.
More than 104,000 people flew out of Moscow yesterday. A heat wave combined with smoke from almost 600 wildfires. This has nearly doubled the city's death rate to about 700 a day. And in Minnesota, Mother Nature's fury is caught on tape. A storm chaser filmed this tornado near the South Dakota border over the weekend. The twister destroyed a farmhouse, scattering.
Night a month. Get to
Still pushing forward. Jeff Goldner is with us. And Jeff, once again, you guys are ready for a huge season. I'm so impressed that this place always...
People, what? I saw like a lock-picking station, a sewing machine. What all else do you have going on here?
So we do everything, yeah. From you saw the sewing station to we have machine tools in the back. We have a laser cutter. We do software development stuff here. Basically anything that involves building or making, that's what we do here.
You offer the community. But today, guys, we're here for a specific reason, and that is this, Oculus Rift, to check out this new virtual reality tool. For those who aren't familiar with it at all, give us a quick overview, Ryan.
So the Oculus Rift is kind of the first really good VR headset. These have been...
Two little lenses there for my eyes, and we're going to run a computer game here that's going to give me kind of a virtual reality 2D rendering here of Ocean Rift. It's an underwater experience. I'm propelling myself forward in the ocean floor, which is very cool. I see all the bubbles and the rocks and the plants. And Moeeb Zara with us to crash into a plant, just as a side note.
Yeah, so this is a developer unit, so it's not perfect, but it gives the idea of getting developers a tool that they can use to develop games.
And they're working on all sorts of
virtual planetariums, there's virtual movie theaters.
Wow.
This is one of many demos that are out there on the Oculus developer site.
And this isn't available on mass market yet, since we're getting the kinks worked out, but if somebody did want to get one to try, oh, here comes a shark. Oh, geez. Where would they go to get that, Moeeb?
They could go to oculusvr.com and they can pre-order the new, but you're sure to get one.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the tour today, guys. There's a shark behind me, so I'm going to soar off this way. We'll catch you a little bit later.
Bend 72 this morning, only 63 in Tucson.